bit.
I can't lie.
Yes, you can. You lie all the time.
Lie like a rug. What? What do I lie
Yeah, see,
about?
you didn't. You didn't yeah, yeah.
Anyway, we're the Blackberries.
Are you a stringed instrument? Because they call you a liar. Wait, I don't even know if that's true.
A lyre is a stringed instrument.
Ah, of
Or it's called a lyre, isn't it?
course you would know that.
What's wrong with knowing that? I don't know what it's called. Somebody's gonna say something at some point. I don't know who that is. But if we're both wrong, you can just say you're both wrong. Thanksgiving's been pretty uneventful throughout your childhood, right?
Yeah, after I got my first job, I have not actively celebrated Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So, why is that shaking?
What?
The camera.
Okay.
It's because you keep hitting the table.
It's your fat cat.
Well, don't call him over
I
here.
didn't call him. He just came over. It's not me you're angry at. It's just Triscuits. It's whatever this fucking movie is. What the hell? What is this?
It's last holiday or something.
Nuh-uh. Put your shirt back on. What the fuck is going on? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. So, comes every year on a Thursday in November. Is it important to us? No. Um, I was a foster child, so Thanksgiving for me did mean family. Apparently, that's funny. I can't because you keep laughing, and I want to know why you're laughing. God.
It's not because of you. I'm just in a good mood.
Well, that's good that you're in a good mood, you psychopath.
What? Okay.
Okay, so this episode is just going to be all over the place. I have a feeling we're not going to stick to one thing because somebody
We
is
don't stick to one thing all anyway.
somebody's in the hooch or something. I
I
don't know what's going
don't
on.
drink anymore.
Okay. Thanksgiving, invented by the Pilgrims or somebody. I don't fucking know. Anyway, Thanksgiving is not important to us specifically because it is just another day. Especially for me because I was a foster child. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I had family and we did go over to my aunt's house or somebody's house for a meal. And that's usually when I'd see more relatives than I did normally. Um, when I got into high school, I moved to another foster home. And then I had Thanksgiving with that family. So then, same kind of thing, just extended family would come over. Um, and usually we'd have stuff like turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy, um, deviled eggs, and stuffing. Apparently, that's some people just don't like that stuff. The
Stuffing?
stuffing.
Do you
Yeah,
like stuffing?
I do like stuffing. It's just bread.
It's not just bread, it's got other stuff in it.
It's seasoned bread. Bread. Seasoned, brother. Anyway, um, and so, my memories of Thanksgiving at my last foster home, there would be multiple people in my parents' house. Why does this keep shaking?
It's just a cat walked across the floor. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's your ghost.
It's a low budget. podcast.
Well,
um, so anyway, like, they'd place the food out on the counter and then you just get in line and go through and get what you want. And I'm a ham person. I don't like turkey because, like, turkey's dry.
I was just gonna say that.
Like, it's not, I don't want it. No thanks. I mean, if there's gravy on it, I might eat it. If it's the only thing that they have, I'll be polite and eat it. But generally, I don't want it. And then, like, because there was also the thing of, like, besides just going to one relative's house, you go to multiple relatives' homes and have food.
I've never experienced that because
Yeah. Like, I remember when I was young, I'd go to, like, my Aunt Irene's house, and then later I'd go to my Aunt Ruth's house, and then maybe somewhere else for Thanksgiving because there was always invites, hey, come on over, we're having food. So you never went hungry on that day, and their leftovers, man, you had leftovers for fucking days. What the hell did you do that?
somebody just walked by and I wasn't expecting it.
Oh, okay. And then in the last few years, I don't think I've actually cooked Thanksgiving dinner in a while. Have I cooked? Did I cook Thanksgiving dinner when you were growing up? Or I attempted to?
You did like a few times, but most of the time we were celebrating with somebody else and their family. Or like there was at least one time I went and spent Thanksgiving with a friend and her family.
Okay, see, I don't remember it at all, um, but yeah, like, and then when you get together with a bunch of people, there's always talking. And like, I remember being asked, because I've been single for a very long time. Like, you grew up without having like a stepdad, a dad, somebody you'd call uncle.
Oh God. Oh God.
Um,
I
but
mean, but you dated,
yeah, but
had
never.
boyfriends.
Mm, you really?
Don't even.
They didn't celebrate holidays with us.
Yeah, when I came home for Christmas, the very first year that I moved away, you were going doing Christmassy stuff with that guy, Jason.
Ugh,
I didn't want to say it,
I know. You say it and then it just changes.
because I went with you and we like met his mom and he was hella disrespectful to her. Like it was really awkward because she was trying to be all sweet and he was not.
So were you there then? No, you weren't there the first time I had Thanksgiving with him. So I dated this guy in what, 2017?
It was 20, yeah, when I came back, yeah.
So like 2017, 2018. And the first holiday I spent with him was Thanksgiving. And we went to his uncle's house. Now he's from a smaller family. He's a Caucasian guy. So it's like him, his grandmother, his mother, and his two uncles that live here locally. So I went with him, or actually, I didn't go with him. I met him at his uncle's house. I've only met these people once before. So it was awkward for me, but I pull up, I go in because I think that he's going to be there. Well, he's not there yet. And I go in and they're very nice. They're very welcoming. I'm not, weirded out or anything. I was a little uncomfortable, but they tried their best to make me feel at home. And anyway, he was probably half hour to an hour late than from when I got there. So I sat with his mom and his two uncles and his grandmother, who's like maybe 90 at the time. And so dinner was still being prepared, I think, when I had gotten there. And everybody was just sitting around talking. And they included me in the conversation and stuff. And I remember texting my boyfriend like, hey, where are you? And his mother would text him. People are like, where is he? And then he finally responded, he had fallen asleep. So then he was like, I'm on my way. And so it was it's probably a good 15-minute drive from his place to where his uncle lived. Why are you laughing?
No, I'm not. Just go on. Just go on.
And so we go to like the dining room table's being set. It's nice stuff. This guy's got a really nice house, the uncle. And we go and get our food. We go to sit down. Well, prior to actually sitting down to eat, the grandmother leaves because she gets tired of waiting because they wouldn't eat until he got there.
Mhm.
And so when he comes in, everybody's like, oh, hey. And he's like, oh, hey, sorry, I'm late, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And his mom jokingly responds to him when he asks where his grandmother is. She says, oh, she left because she got tired of waiting for you. It was a joke. This man,
But it was also real.
yeah,
Okay.
this man went off on his mother so bad he called her a see you next Tuesday. And I'm sitting at the table with his uncle here, his mother here. He was sitting next to me, and his mother's in tears. And I'm just like, what the fuck do I do in this situation? Because I have food on my plate. He's like flipping the hell out on his mom, saying stuff like, don't you ever talk to me like that, da 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 da. And he gets up and walks out. And I'm like, and then his uncle apologizes to me while his mother's crying. And I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, if I had called my mother that, my head would have got spun around. Like, she would have backhanded me. In fact, my brothers probably would have kicked my ass. Like, and I stayed with him, FYI. Even though at the moment I was like, what the hell is happening? I didn't break up with the guy. So, yeah.
Yeah, uncomfortable all around.
Oh, for sure.
That's not a good situation. What?
I don't know. So Thanksgiving just is for me another day. I know that some people really get into it, and I think it's great. I mean, if that's what you like to do, do it. So speaking of it, what are you thankful for? Just what something you're thankful for this year.
So, I'm thankful for. I don't know. I guess. There's a lot to be thankful for. Like, but one thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. That I wake up every day.
yeah. That's seriously something to be grateful for that you're still here. 'Cause I think we take life for granted for sure. Anyway, let's get back to being thankful. So you're thankful for just waking up.
Well, that's one thing of many things.
I mean, you don't have to just narrow it down to one thing. Like, what are you grateful for, thankful for?
My daughter. That's weird. That's still weird for me to say. Um, Nick. The fact that that damn dog is still alive,
Yeah.
even though holy cannoli, he's gonna live forever.
How old is he?
14, and I know that probably doesn't seem old, but he's been here for a long
So tell a story of how you got the dog.
time. We were at Ford's. I remember I was sitting in the back seat and Kuno was in the passenger seat, and it was just the three of us, and we're sitting there eating, and then he was like, he turns to you and says, do you know anyone that wants a dog? And you pointed back at me. And I remember getting really excited. And then he told us what kind of dog it was. And at the time, they were still calling him a Rottweiler, German Shepherd, Labrador mix. I think he's just Rottweiler Lab, but I could be wrong. I don't know. And then we drove over there. He was chained up to the laundry pole or whatever
Mhm.
in a fenced yard, and yeah, they just let us take him.
Yeah.
And his name already was Shadow, but they spelled it Shadoe. And I remember that the reason that they wanted to get rid of him was because he was stupid. But if you don't take the time, because Shadow actually is a very smart dog. He's stubborn and he's sassy, but he's smart.
Yeah, so Shadow,
Jesus.
so Shadow, um, we got him and he was what, already 2?
Yeah.
He was 2 years old, and we lived in an apartment building. And so Shadow was a runner. So if you open the door, he would bolt. And he ran like sucker was fast. And I remember one time my oldest son chased that dog for several blocks until he got him back. And I'd literally have to get in the car sometimes and chase him down because he'd just take off wherever. And he'd cross busy streets. He didn't give a F. And so he'd see the car and then he'd open the door and he'd jump in. So that was kind of a game for him.
It
And so
was
we always,
100% a game.
yeah, we always had to be careful. Like if he was near the door, if anybody was like just standing there, we'd be like, hey, he'll run. So I was teaching her how to drive one time. And the way, okay, so we had, it was a sixplex that we lived in. So there's a back area where you can also park. There's the front, you can park. And her and I were coming back from a store or something. And so once we got to the alley to the back part of the apartment building, I said, go ahead and drive the car and park it. So there was a makeshift fence. It wasn't a proper fence. It was like some what are those called? Plywood boards across. So from the property of the apartment building to the next door neighbor's property, which was a singular home. And so my oldest son, and I think a friend of his, somebody else was there. I remember there was another
I
person.
think it was just Daniel.
Anyway, so the dog was out of the apartment, running around acting like a fool. And so my daughter pulls up and she goes to park the car. Well, she hits the gas instead of the brake. So the car goes through this makeshift fence and winds up in the neighbor's driveway. The dog who was trying to run away, Mr. likes to run around a lot. He sees this, he turns around and goes back into the apartment. It was the hilarious, it was funny. He had to have been there.
Yeah, but now he's old. He can't really. He doesn't even try to run away anymore.
Yeah, he is old. He's looking all crusty.
You want to talk about crusty dogs? Like right there.
No, we're not talking about crusty dogs. We'll leave that guy out of it.
What's on your arm?
Where?
Right there.
What is it? Oh, it's cheese. Oh. I was saving it for later. I'm kidding.
Ugh.
It's a joke. Calm down. Um, so yeah, I mean, having him for as long as you've had him, that's pretty good because a lot of people wouldn't have kept him. I mean, the initial people didn't want him, and I don't even know if they got him as a puppy.
No, because we were his third family. And the funny thing about those people is they got a dog right after they gave us Shadow. They got a full-blooded German Shepherd who they also just left in the yard
Yeah.
and then called that dog dumb.
I don't think it's the animals that are dumb by
No,
any
these people are
means.
clearly people that shouldn't have a dog.
No, no. Um,
But he's getting worse by the day. He's got doggy dementia.
is that really a thing?
It's it's a cognitive canine disorder, but doggy dementia. And like earlier today, I can tell like it's usually only at night, but now it's kind of bleeding in the day, and it's not all the time, but he gets confused.
Oh, poor guy. So yeah, and he's actually moved with you from state to state, hasn't he?
Mhm. We lived in here, Alabama, Illinois, Missouri, back to here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, so anyway, we did that episode where we were down in your basement. what happened after that? Like some shit happened in your apartment, you said?
So after we went into the basement, things started happening like the lights would turn on and off. We have this like entryway to the apartment where coats and shoes go. So the outside door, and then there's a door that leads to the
Hmm.
kitchen, but there's that little space right there. There's a light that turns on from, was it dusk to dawn? Is dawn in the morning or is it dawn to dusk?
Dusk is at night, dawn's in the morning.
Okay, yeah. So dusk to dawn, it's automatic, doesn't shut off at all. Like no light switch or nothing. And that turned off by itself a couple of times. Things will like subtly move. Something happened yesterday. So we were in the shower, right? And I don't know if this is like maybe someone has like a logical explanation to this, but the hot temperature knob was moving by itself.
No.
Yes. Because I went to turn it down because it was all the way up for some reason. And I was like, okay, let me turn the hot water down or whatever. And it slowly moved back up. Now, the only thing I can think is that the heat, because like heat expands.
Right.
So maybe it expanded something and the nozzle moved. However, we've lived there for almost 2 months and that's never happened before in the shower, like where the hot water thing is moving by itself. And I'm so glad that I got Nick to see it because I've been the only one seeing things. And I was like, look, 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 like this is doing this. Um, the chair will move. I've seen like things just get picked up and put back down. It's like small little things that you couldn't hallucinate.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's something that I don't want to ever see.
No, I think we like stirred it up by making light of it. Because I've also been having dreams about like a haunted place and I don't like it. I don't know if you've ever had a dream where you're scared, but being scared in dreams is way more intense than being scared in real life.
Being scared in dreams is more intense than real life.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. You're right. Absolutely. So, speaking of dreams, I have sometimes like reoccurring dreams. So remember when we talked about the apartment on Ninth that we used to live in,
Mm-hmm.
and then that house that was next door is no longer there?
Mm-hmm.
I have a dream more, well, I had this more than once. A dream, I'm in that apartment, not the house, but the apartment. And somebody, I can't remember who it is, but I start out in the basement. And so this apartment building had apartments in the basement on the first level, second level, and I want to say there was an apartment at the top, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But in my dream, I start off in the basement of this apartment building. I talk to someone, and for some odd reason, I have to go to the very top of this apartment building, but I'm afraid to go. Like there's something up there that is scary as fuck, and I don't want to see it. And so in the dream, I do make it up to the top. There is an apartment up there, and there's something like I don't think I actually go through the door though, is the thing in the dream. I never actually go because it's so intense. Like it so freaks me out that I wake up. So yeah, you're right. That shit's for real. I wonder what's behind the door though. Actually, I think I know what's behind the door. There's some sort of creature. It's the man, his cousin, the scary aunt. I don't know, but it's something that I have a serious fear of.
When I have dreams that are scary, it's usually like spirits. Um, but it is very intense for some reason.
Do you ever have dreams that they might actually mean something to you? Like you don't know what it's about, but it's kind of like there might be a message in it.
Yeah, I mean, all the time. Like, it's dreams are like a part of your subconscious, like your fears, your wants and wishes and all that.
Yeah. I mean, like I've had a dream. I got myself this book where I can write down what I dreamt about and if there's a possible meaning behind the dream. And I know that probably a majority of dreams are just that's what they are. They're just dreams. They don't mean shit.
Right.
Because like subconsciously I'll dream about Roman Reigns because I have a crush on him. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna meet Roman Reigns or anything like that. But I had a dream once that I was standing in front of a crowd, like a crowd of natives. It wasn't, and there was something about buffalo in the dream, like the animal, and it was like very significant. And I wrote that down. I should go grab that, but I'm not going to. Because it's just kind of more of a, I shared it with my counselor, that dream. And she's like, wow, that's actually pretty interesting. Because the buffalo is pretty significant in Native American culture and stuff. Um, but yeah, it was kind of a straight. And then I had a dream about more buffalo, but they were fucking huge, like Godzilla sized. Like one eyeball was as big as me, and it was like looking at me.
I don't like that.
That's a little creepy, huh?
No, because that just reminded me of giant squid, and those are real.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this is fact, and somebody can fact check this, but apparently they have eyes the size of a dinner plate, and that's just gross. Like, why? Why does that exist?
Why does that one exist with the light?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I just
that's
don't like giant things. There's no reason for that. I'm serious.
but you're okay with little tiny things?
Like what?
Like little people?
That's fine because then
What?
I'm the giant.
Is that an oxymoron?
What do you mean?
Like you don't like giant things, but as long as you're the giant, it's fine?
Yeah, what's a little person gonna do? I'm gonna just step on it. The fuck?
What if they're multiples
Just like ants. Get some raid.
and they just keep coming? They're like just climbing on you.
Ew. I don't like that. That's creepy. Anything that's not normal size shouldn't exist.
Like what is normal sized?
Like like
Humans, as long as they're human sized.
no, but here's the thing. Like, okay, like we'll take ants as an example because I just said that. Like if they were any larger or any smaller, it just wouldn't be right. Like we know ants as a certain size.
Sugar ants are really tiny.
But that's what they're meant to be. Like if it's out of the norm for that
You're
species.
freaking yourself out right now, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Talking about ants, so you start like doing this itch thing, like ew. Ugh.
No, just my face itches because
Oh,
there's something I must be like my skin makes me
now I'm
sneeze.
itchy. There's nothing. I don't know what's
No,
wrong
it's
with me.
always right here too, so I don't know what that's about, like all the time. Might be the moisturizer or something I use. Anyway,
Anyway, so big things and little tiny things shouldn't exist. So like teacup poodles and stuff shouldn't exist.
probably not, because like breeding's kind of, I think it's kind of gross.
Yeah, this is a conversation I can't have because
Like it's like low-key kind of cruel, isn't it?
is it? I don't know. I don't have one.
Like it's a little, I'm not specifically just about teacup poodle, but like I feel like morally constantly crossing, yeah,
I mean, that's
maybe I'm getting at something, maybe I'm not, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know because they used to be wolves, right, or something.
Yeah. Well, just like how pugs and like the bulldogs are like the dogs with the squish faces, like it's not right to have them because they have issues, but they're bred that way.
I have issues. Should I have not have been born?
You expect you to be like,
Well, no, I mean if you're gonna go after the deformities, right? Those are what they are.
you don't have a deformity.
You don't know.
You look like a regular, like human being.
I look regular. So you don't like out of the ordinary shit.
It depends. It depends. Did you ever watch The Amazing World of Gumball?
Unfortunately, yes.
We tried to watch that yesterday, and so
That's a
that's a
lot.
weird show.
The
Yeah,
sober was sober. Yeah, because my niece, when she comes over, that's what
that's what you want to
she
watch.
asks to watch it. And I think she does it to get a reaction out of me. And I'm like, what in the fuck is going on here?
It is.
It's
It's weird.
bizarre.
And also, like, isn't that fish like his pet?
I have no idea.
I think it is. Like,
I don't pay that much attention to it. I just am like, what's happening?
well, you think that they're like brothers, but I think Gumball owns Darwin. Like, that's his pet
I mean,
fish.
he might. I don't. You watched it
That's what.
way more intensely than I did.
True.
Right,
I
because I
think
don't
I've
know
heard
their
that somewhere.
names.
I've
I
heard
don't
that
know their
somewhere.
names
But yeah, like just it was a lot.
because it's different mediums. And
Yes.
I'm like, what is
But they're
what?
freaking. But why is there a balloon that has a personality and a soul? Like he was trying to play with the balloon, and the balloon was like, or he's like trying to throw the ball, and he's like, "Oh, I don't have any arms." Like, but you're sentient. You can do everything else, but you can't pick something up.
Oh no. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay.
Oh, speaking of like out of the ordinary, we went and watched that movie Keeper, and when they revealed the monsters, it yeah,
Spoiler alert.
no, not really.
No?
There's a, you, I could tell you what I'm talking about, and if you watched it, you still wouldn't get it because they try to make it like deep and like visually odd. Like the story just dragged on, and it's like subtle and kind of confusing, honestly. So like it's like what the fuck, and it all led up to a whole lot of nothing.
Weapons.
Yeah, but when they revealed the monsters, it was like they were creepy because they were something that you would normally see.
Hmm.
Like it was different, but it was still like, ugh. Other than that, it was kind
You know, speaking of movie monsters, it was, I mean, for me, I thought it was a good storyline because it's something I'm not used to seeing. Because I like, old 80s horror slasher flicks. Like Jason's my man. And then like Pinhead, I love Pinhead. But what is it called? The Ritual? No, is it The Ritual? Where these guys go into um like shit, Norway or something.
of, yeah, I haven't watched that, but I know what you're talking about.
But the creature is different. It's definitely different. And I thought it was pretty cool. Like it was legitly scary for me.
Yeah,
And my tolerance for scary shit's pretty high. Unless you're Insidious demon thing. Fuck that dude.
or the old guy from Poltergeist,
Yeah, that guy's not right though. Like
or Fireys from Labyrinth, and that movie's not even scary.
those puppets. Let's admit those puppets are freaky.
Oh my god! Speaking of puppets, I was watching The Storyteller, and we like had fallen asleep, so it was just playing,
Yeah.
and it started playing The Dark Crystal after all the episodes ended,
Um,
and I picked up my iPad and it was still playing. We were just waking up, and Nick was like, "What are we watching?" And I was like, "I don't." It was a storyteller, but it looks like The Dark Crystal. And he's like, "I gotta turn that off because it's creeping me out." And then I was like, "Oh, you think that's creepy?" And he's like, "I didn't grow up with this." So I guess like perception is
the
different.
Skeksis?
The like main characters.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he thought they were creepy.
They're cute.
But that's what he said. He's like, I didn't grow up watching
Fizzgig.
that. He didn't grow up watching it, so
Uh, For real though. I
he
mean,
he's not as desensitized. Just like how I like bring up horror subjects all the time. Like when I went to the bowling alley with my friends and I was like, do you guys ever think that there's somebody behind the alleyways getting murdered, and we wouldn't hear it because of the volleyballs, and my friends like couldn't talk to me for like 10 minutes.
You blew their minds.
Yeah, because they were like, you were the only one that would think of that, and I was like, okay,
I
so
don't,
my exposure to horror young in my entire life
that's not
is.
even horror though, because that could be a real fucking thing.
But that's what I'm saying. They're desensitized. They're not used to that, to the
I
realities.
mean, we've already had that conversation where people are being taken, living in basements, backyards, and it's like that for years and nobody knows. Like, you have to wonder, knowing that shit now, right? Like, you do. You have to wonder what's happening behind closed doors sometimes. Maybe not all the time, because I think that would be fucking weird if that's all you're thinking about. But every so often, like, those stories, well, my neighbor, I didn't think he was like that. And he's got like,
You mean like my how many like towards them?
right. I mean, come on, that's not,
Far fetched.
no, it's not at all. I mean, because crime happens. Humans are the worst fucking thing. We kill each other for no fucking reason. Like that one lady gets obsessed with a guy, and because she can't have him, nobody can, so she kills him.
That's a common theme.
Right,
Or I want to leave my wife and kids, but I don't want to go through, so I'm just gonna kill them.
right. Like, what? You know, I'm going to take my kids away from their mother because whatever reason, then I'm going to kill them and myself. So I don't know why that's so bizarre in the world we live in.
They just didn't grow up with that. I mean, like that one friend that was in that scenario only ever watched the National Geographic channel growing up because
Yeah.
that's all that was pretty much allowed, educational stuff.
Okay, that makes more sense then because you add some context to it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Not everybody's raised in the same environment. Like they are exposed to the same things.
No, they're not. Like, so did I say this to you already? I don't know. I told one of you, you are your brother. So at work, people say good morning, blah, blah, blah. And I generally don't. I just walk in, go to my office, sit down, do my thing. And I've had in my life, especially my working life, people get offended because I don't say good morning. And so me and my coworker that I share an office with were discussing that. And I realized she didn't actually say it either. She just kind of says, hey, or acknowledges me in some way, but she doesn't say good morning. And I don't say good morning to her. We acknowledge each other, but not in that way. And then when we started to talk about it, both of us realized growing up in a Native American household, we didn't say that. My parents, none of my foster parents said good morning to me. Like if I got up to get ready for school or whatever, they'd be like, oh, hey, this is happening today. Hey, it's time for you to do the dishes. Hey, you got to do laundry. I don't think anybody ever said, good morning, how are you? So it's very foreign to me to say that. I mean, I say it, but I don't go out of my way to say it.
Hmm.
And I think it's just more socially acceptable to say it than because again, we didn't grow up the same way as our coworkers, our
Right.
other coworkers.
Right.
And the more conversations I've had with other natives, there's other things that we do that our white counterparts don't. So we're not very talkative people. Like when we get around each other, yeah, we can talk and tease and we laugh and we carry on. But I don't know a lot of natives that'll just start sitting there having a conversation about whatever the fuck they just watched on TV. Like they're very cuz I was raised to be seen and not heard. So talking a lot is not my thing. Like I'm comfortable talking with you because you're my child. Cuz this would be weird if you know what I mean, you're just somebody I didn't really know trying to do a fucking podcast with.
Well, that would be weird, but also you talk to people you're comfortable around.
Yeah. And so it's like if you're not raised a certain way to do things that a majority of your coworkers, friends, whatever do, you don't know that that's appropriate. or not appropriate.
Right. And I can say this now because we're officially divorced, but my ex-husband's family used to give me like um shit about not being super affectionate because they're huggers.
Hmm.
And that wasn't the first family in which I came in contact with that were also like that, but like a lot of the men I've dated have like their families are really physically affectionate, and it's hard for me because I wasn't raised around that. So,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
because
you
like
said there.
if you don't know, you don't know.
Right. And that, like, yeah, honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, everybody's
Oh,
raised
yeah.
differently, but I don't think people have the foresight to realize, oh, they might not, this might not be accustomed to them.
Right. Yeah, because I remember when I think it was your graduation, and I was trying to put together a party for you for your graduation, and I didn't know where to start because that's not a thing. I didn't have one. I don't think anybody in my family has ever had a graduation celebration.
Yeah.
So it was foreign to me. I mean, I've done birthday parties and it was similar, but it wasn't, right? Because where do you start? But people making comments about, well, that's rude. How is it rude if I don't know? Like, I don't know. But it's interesting having grown up the way I grew up and not realizing how much it actually affects me as an adult.
Oh, yeah. We were just talking about this earlier, but we're all basically babies in bodies that keep getting older.
That's an interesting thought.
We
What
are.
what do you mean by that?
Like, we're all sensitive, except for, the people who aren't able to feel emotion. But, like, it is very nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
And the way that you're taken care of as a baby, as a child, in any developmental stage really does affect your future as a human being. Maybe not like what you do with your life, but I mean, yeah, that is a small part of it, but just like as you as a whole.
Yeah, I get that now. So read that. I'm gonna do this, okay? So in the hold on. So in the last episode, I did say we're gonna start a scavenger hunt. So we're gonna do a trial run, and we're gonna hide the first prize in this
So the
box.
scavenger hunt, at
Now
least
I'll
the
let you
first
know
one,
that
has
it's
ended.
$10. It's not a
There
lot,
was a
but it's
mishap.
something.
So if
Buy
you're
a big
watching
one.
this, listening,
Anyway, so
that
this is
portion
what's going to
is
be hidden.
over.
And so she's
We
going to
will
provide a
continue
clue
on.
as to where.
Hopefully, by
All
next
right, the
week, we'll
clue
have more
is find the
information for the
place where
next
the
clue,
bison's
or
ghost
the
was
next two
painted in
clues.
paint, where a midnight rider once signed his name with a simple C. Seek the house where a storyteller carved the West in color, then cross to the room where a cedar scented refuge of creation still stands. There, past the bronze memories, your answer waits.
So the clue that I'm going to provide is to actually where this is going to be hidden. Just beyond the museum's glow, where the dark hangs heavier than the branches, a cluster of trees waits like silent witnesses. One of them remembers things it shouldn't. And
This was our special guest who didn't have much to say.
this is Karen. She's an angry lady.
Man,
Look at
what is
that. She is pissed. She actually is a steamer. You put her in the microwave. You put vinegar in there and it
that?
loosens up all the gunk in the microwave. Um, so yeah, what were we do we need to end this some way? Because we were talking about nature versus nurture.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate, and if you don't, I hope you get good food
Have a fantastic Thursday.
or happy holiday.
A holiday. Is that legal to say? I don't even know anymore.
Legal.
No, people get offended so easily.
Basically, you said that.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, watching, and we'll see you next time. And if the scavenger hunt goes well, then we will definitely continue to do this. Because initially I said 10 spots.
I don't know.
I did. I said 10, and now we'll be down to 9 if this is successful. All right. Peace out.